I want to read you what you said, make sure I'm accurate. Here's what you said. President Trump is not like any sane leader. I'm very proud of General Milley for saying that President Trump is a total fascist. You think you're smarter than the American people, don't you?
Yo, pause. Did a U.S. general just sit in front of the Senate under oath and get completely dismantled by one senator? Because that's exactly what happened, and nobody is talking about this the way they should be. Stay with me because this one is wild. Let's watch the full video.
Yes,
You
sir.
believe in open borders, don't you?
I believe in the rule of law, sir.
Right. And it makes you angry that President Trump does not believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Senator, I'm not here to discuss immigration policy. I'm here to discuss whether or not we use the military to enforce it.
And it makes you angry that most Americans don't believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Not in the slightest, sir. Again, I am not here to discuss the immigration policy.
Yeah. Duty, honor, respect, you talked about that
Yes,
in
Senator.
your opening statement. On October 14th of this year, you went on CNN. I want to read you what you said, make sure I'm accurate. Here's what you said. President Trump is not like any sane leader. I'm very proud of General Milley for saying that President Trump is a total fascist. To Bob Woodward, if he, as chairman of the Joint Chiefs, is calling the president a fascist, I'm so proud of him for breaking that barrier. The challenge is because most MAGA Republicans, they don't understand what fascism is. The reality is that they are, in fact, fascists themselves. Did I read that accurately?
Senator, I am happy to discuss my personal perspectives with you separately at any time. That's not the purpose of the hearing today.
Did I read that accurately?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. You think you're smarter than the American people, don't you?
Absolutely not, Senator. I am here to discuss the use of the military as part of this mass deportation.
You think you're more virtuous than the American people, don't you, General?
Senator, I am insulted by your comment.
Duty, honor, and respect. You talked about that in your opening statement, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Moran said, I wrote down her words. She said, by their actions, you know what someone's character is like. You agree with that?
Senator, for 35 years, I served my country with absolute honor and distinction, and I will continue to do so.
You agree with what Ms. Moran said?
Of course.
Mr., we've got a few minutes left.
23 seconds.
Well, actually, you let Ms. Klobuchar go well over, so I'm assuming you'll extend me the
I'll
same.
give you the
courtesy.
same minute I gave to her.
You gave it a minute 20. I timed it.
You're using.
I watched you like a hawk, Dick. Mr. Melnick, Mr. Reichland Melnick, you believe in open borders too, don't you?
I do not, Mr. Kennedy.
Okay. On November 1st, 2022, you tweeted, both Texas and Louisiana have their knives out for black immigrants. Do you remember that tweet?
I don't, but it's quite possible.
What Texans, it's not only possible, it happened. You're not denying it, are you?
No, I'm saying, referring
What
to the
Texans?
context.
Who
I
are you
actually
talking
don't
to?
know the
Who
context.
are you talking to about who in Texas had their knives out for black immigrants?
guessing the context, but my suspicion is
Give
that
me
it
a
has to
name.
do the
Give me a
Attorney
name.
General Ken Paxton and
Give
the
me a
Attorney
name.
General of
Give me a
Louisiana.
name.
I just did.
You don't have a name, do you?
I just said Ken Paxton.
You don't have a name, do you? You just said it, didn't you?
Just said Ken Paxton.
All right, how about Louisiana? You said Louisiana has its knives out for black immigrants. Who in Louisiana were you talking about?
Again, I'm not certain. That was 2 years ago, and as I'm sure you know, much has happened in the last 2 years.
Well, did you say it?
Again, I do not remember the context,
But you don't.
Senator
You
Kennedy.
said somebody had their knives out from Louisiana for black immigrants, but you don't know who they were. You just said it.
I said the Attorney General of Louisiana and Texas, and I believe this referred to specifically lawsuits brought and arguments that were made in court that the arrival of Haitians
I'm out
and
of time,
others
but I
were
want to get you
inherently
on the
dangerous,
record.
which was
You
not.
Thank you very much, Senator.
believe
Appreciate
that the
your
Attorney
questions.
General at that time of Louisiana had his knives out for black immigrants. That's your testimony.
Given their
Thank you, Senator
litigation
Kennedy.
All right, so the video sets it up perfectly. Senator Kennedy walks into this hearing, and from jump, you can tell this is not going to be a normal back and forth. This man came prepared. First question out the gate, do you believe in open borders? Simple, direct, yes or no. And the general hits him with, I believe in the rule of law, sir. Bro, that is the most slippery non-answer in the history of politics. That's what you say when the real answer gets you in trouble. Kennedy saw right through it, and honestly, so did I. But here's where it goes from interesting to insane. Kennedy pulls receipts, like actual quotes from a CNN interview where this general called the president, his own commander-in-chief, an unhinged fascist, and then called 75 million Americans fascists too. Veterans, nurses, firefighters, regular people, fascists. And when Kennedy reads it back under oath, the general goes, I believe so. Yes, just like that, calm, no remorse. So Kennedy asked the question I was literally thinking at home. Do you think you're smarter than the American people? Do you think you're more virtuous than them? And this man, who just smeared tens of millions of citizens, looks Kennedy in the eye and says, Senator, I am insulted by your comment. Insulted? You are insulted after calling half the country fascists. Your feelings are hurt? That moment right there tells you everything. That's the bubble. That's the arrogance. These people don't just disagree with regular Americans, they look down on them. And Kennedy exposed it live, under oath, with nowhere to run. The duty, honor, respect callback at the end, that was cold-blooded. That was Kennedy basically saying, your words are empty when you despise the people you swore to serve. Look, I'm not even going to tell you what to think about the politics, but the accountability in that room, that was real. That's what these hearings are supposed to look like. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Did the general get what he deserved, or did Kennedy go too far? Let me know. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.